Are you looking for more? Are you looking for change? Are you looking to be happier? Are you looking to be more successful? Are you looking to have more money? You're looking to have better relationships? All of those things are often why people are looking for that development and looking at videos such as this. So I ask you the question is that if you want change and you want to develop things, have you thought about where that will come from? Now, where you've got to think is that where that comes from is from within. It comes from you. And what you have to do, first of all, is understand who you are right now. So it goes down to personality. Personality is a big, broad thing, but think about it. What type of personality are you? Think about it. And it's a good exercise to write it down, because you might think you know who you are. You might think you know how you act. But when you go through the process of, this is why journaling and writing things down is so exciting. And I'm not just because I'm old, writing down, and I mean writing down in a notebook, just helps you achieve so much more than writing it down in notes on your phone. And I know it sounds very old-fashioned, but there is something about the brain and the body when you write things down in real form. It comes to life more. It means more. It's the whole exercise of moving your hand to write. So do a journal of your personality right now. Who are you? So let's pick some key things. Are you consistent? Are you disciplined? Are you happy? Are you motivated? Are you somebody as a personality who sees things are going to go your way? Are you as a personality somebody who is always looking at and finding the right way of making a relationship work? Or are you somebody who goes, I've got no money and I'm never going to have any money? Are you that personality who goes, well, the relationships are hard and they're always going to be hard? Are you that personality that goes, work is rubbish and it's always going to be rubbish? I think you see the two different things there. And so people from that, or what we would perceive as the negative side, not got enough money, not got happiness, not got wealth, not got the fitness levels they want, not got the body they want, all those things, they then dive into, I'm going to change. And they look for apps and books and ideas and things to change. But, and the worst thing people can do is, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change. I'm going to go and move somewhere. I'm going to go to a different country, or I'm going to move to a different town, or we'll talk about relationships. This relationship's awful. I'm going to move out of this relationship and find another relationship. But when you move town and you move relationships and you might move gyms, or you see what I mean? There's one consistent thing that comes the other side of this newness. It's your personality. And that is what has created your habits. That is, your personality creates your current habits. Your current habits create your current actions. Your current actions create your current results. So therefore, it is your personality that has created who you are today, where you are today, what's happening for you today, and how it all works. That sounds rather negative, but the great news is you can change it, because where does your personality come from? The personality doesn't come from a book or a video or anything else. It actually comes from a thought. If you think about it, you think about who you are all the time. You reinforce in your subconscious brain all the time who and what you are. You will remind yourself, you may be really good at getting up in the morning, and you will tell yourself, I'm good at getting up in the morning. You might be shit at getting up in the morning. Guess what? You'll keep telling yourself you are. People who go to the gym, they will join the gym, and for a week they'll go, I'll go 2-3 times a week, or I'll go even more, and then it drifts away. Why does that happen? Because believe it or not, you tell yourself that's who you are. You tell yourself, well, I've done this before and I failed. I was an alcoholic, very open about that, and I get lots of content, and I got a lot of content and a lot of engagement from alcoholism and people chasing sobriety, as I call it. I'm now sober. I'm not in recovery. I'm recovered. But I go back to when I decided I wanted to get sober. My personality was, I'm a drunk. My personality was, I need to drink. My personality was, I can't get any enjoyment in life unless I have a drink. My personality was, if I try and stop drinking, I'll fail. If you think about it, they were my thoughts. So people said, how did you get sober? I don't believe you get sober over 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. I think you get sober in an instant. Can you continue that instant is the key. Now, one of the key things as I look back and I think of other things I've changed in my life, what thing is very, very clear is I changed my personality. How did I change my personality? I changed how I saw myself. And how did I change how I saw myself? I changed how I thought. I've talked about this on alcoholism and sobriety. I drank one day, and the day I eventually stopped drinking, I was a drinker. Obviously, I was an alcoholic. The next day, the day that I actually broke this, I didn't drink, but I told myself I was sober. I didn't tell myself I was in recovery. I didn't tell myself it was a horrible journey and it had to end. I didn't tell me all the negative things I all knew about. I told myself I was sober. I told myself over and over again I was a sober person. I told myself over and over again I would be sober and I would live a sober life and I would build a sober life. Here's an interesting thing. I spent early stages of sober being quite sad, and it had a real negative effect on me, because one thing I did, I told myself I was sober, but I never told myself I was happy sober. Sounds really strange. Sounds not a lot of... Huge difference. I had the discipline. I created the habits because I created the personality to stay sober. I created the habits. And I'm quite resilient. I'm relentless. And sometimes I chase negative things, but I'm so resilient. I won't give in until... But with sobriety, I got sober. But what I did, and it's only since time and more I've developed, I didn't create a happy sober life. I created a sober life. Now I love being sober because I've told myself I love being sober. I found the reasons to be happy in sobriety. I found lots of positivity about sobriety. I found and so people told me, well, I love drinking. Let me be clear. I did a video recently, got lots of attention, where I said, I think about drinking every day, and I've been sober over 6 years now. I still stand by that statement. A lot of people don't like it. I do think there will be a moment in most days where I will think about drinking, and within a second I will think about what I still perceived as the fun of drinking, the positivity of drinking. But now I've worked so hard on my personality, so hard on my mindset and my thinking, I immediately can pick out 1, 2, 3, 10 different things of what are far better being sober, far more benefits, far much more fun, far more engagement, far more authenticity in being sober. I built a business and lost it all through alcohol and mental health, whatever. And I went through a phase of I'm sober, I'm happy sober, but I was broke. I was in loads of debt, and all I thought about was negative debt. I've still got bills I've got to pay. I've still got debt from where my businesses went wrong. I've still got to pay. But I don't see it as a negative anymore. I see it as a reality. But I'm so engaged in what I'm doing now. I'm so positive. I've changed my personality. I'm not ashamed of debt. I'm not proud of it. But I don't carry shame because people say, well, you should be ashamed. I say, well, I can carry shame and never pay it back. Or I can accept it, own it, be positive about it, be positive about who I am now, positive about how I make money now, positive about I'm not making those mistakes again, positive about the personality I am now that makes money, that can pay that debt back. It's a very, very different view. Relationships. I've been married. I'm no longer married. I have a lovely relationship with my daughter, a parent of one. But I look at relationships. I'm still talking to people and engaging with people. Who knows where that relationship, but where I am, my key relationship now, 2 key relationships for me, one with my daughter to make sure she's good and happy and content and achieving. But the one relationship I'm really working on is the one with me. How I feel about me, who I see as myself as, and I look at all the good things. I've got a load of past. I've talked about it, a load of past. So that's a lot about me, but I like to share when I'm talking about personality and things I'm trying to get people to engage with. I like to share that I've been through it. I'm not just somebody who decided to be I'm not somebody who made a load of money and then I'm going to be a coach one day, read a book and then tell everybody how amazing I am, because that's not true. I'm not. But I am authentic to what I say, what I'm telling you to do. Everything I'm telling, asking, promoting here, I've done and I do daily. So it's about, if you want change, it's about creating change in the right way. And the way you create change in the right way, you can't get results on day one, immediate results, other than in your thinking. You can think of yourself as a positive person. People say, I can't. You literally can. You can go from, I won't be negative anymore. The moment you do that, because negativity is just a choice. Things happen in life, and I'm going to make a very, very bold, big statement. If something's happened in your life that hasn't killed you, sorry to use an awful, negative, toxic word, but if it hasn't stopped you living, therefore, anything you deal with it now is your thinking about it and your association with it, not the event. I was an alcoholic. I'm not anymore. I don't think about it. I had financial challenges. I don't think about it anymore. I had lots of issues. I don't think about them anymore because I don't allow them to create the personality I am today. My personality today is completely different. I've changed how I think. I've changed my mindset. I'm asking you to do the same. If you want change, if you want to get happier, fitter, more money, better job, all those things, they're all obvious things, right? Don't go chasing the external world on day one. What you have to do, and the great thing is it doesn't cost you anything, you don't have to do anything, all you do is start with you. You start with your personality. A little notebook, write down what your personality currently is. Are you disciplined? Are you positive? Are you consistent? Do you see the good in every situation, or do you see the negative? Right, well, stop it. And people say, well, I can't help it. You can help it. Stop it. How you think you can create a relationship. There is so much science behind this as well. So many real cases where somebody's changed their personality because of something that happened. And it wasn't the thing that happened. It was how they thought about it, how you think about it, how you go through every day, how you wake up every day. Now, to change your personality, you need to bring in new things. You need to bring in new habits. You need to write your journal down. You need to watch positive content. You need to remove yourself from negative environments. You need to see yourself as, you need to create a vision. And it can be fun, this. As a child, you will have done this. You had a vision of who you were going to be one day. But parents, society, teachers, and everybody drags that out of children. But a few people, including me, they have the ability to keep dreaming. Call it manifesting, call it whatever you want. But what it's about, having this vision of being somebody who you want to be. If you want to change, you have to create a vision. You have to create something in your mind, in your subconscious, that you can go to and go, that's who I want to be. That's what I want to be. That's where I want to go. Because if you do that, it is proven that the brain and the mindset and everything and the real science behind this, far clever. Listen to a gentleman called Dr. Joe Dispenza explain this. He is a genius. He's a far cleverer man than I will ever be. I don't pretend to be clever. I'm just somebody who had a real journey, who now loves being on this part of the journey and helping others understand. But I've learned so much from a gentleman called Dr. Joe Dispenza and other people like that. And listen to him explain the science of how changing your personality will allow you to change your habits, will allow you to change your actions, will allow you then to have different outcomes. Change can come. New things can come. Life can be amazing, but you have to control it. You have to want it. And the way to want it is to start thinking as though you can. Change your personality one step at a time. Watch your results come.